Hi, welcome back to Motech Performance. I'm Mike, behind the camera is Jay, and behind me is a G81 M3 Touring. We're going to go over 10 modifications we think every one of these should have. But before then, we had a C63 in last week for our gloss black BMW wheels, very sort of Maybach style, on ibex springs. So behind me, like I sort of say, is a G81 M3 Touring. We start to see a lot of these. In fact, for the last sort of 18 months to a year, we've been seeing a number of these come through, and they're all coming through for the same sort of modification. So you thought it would be a good opportunity just to shout about some of them that we think that makes the biggest difference on these particular cars. So naturally, we're going to start at the front end of the car. First of all, it's the kidney grills. I don't actually mind the single slatted ones, but the CS style ones are very popular. We can actually do the M4 CSL and the M3 CS genuine grills, or we also do this one here, which is a black version, which is that same sort of style. It's available for both cars. If you have ACC or you don't, it's a real nice replacement. The only problem is it does require to have the bumper taken off, so we do need the car for a couple of hours, but it really transforms the front end of the car. So also staying on the front of the car, one thing they are missing is some kind of chin spoiler. We do a number of variations from M Performance Carbon, AC Schnitzer, but also value for money, we also offer the Maxton. As you can see, this car has the Maxton V1 front, which ties in really nice being that gloss black with the gloss black front elements and of course the CSL style grille, and then matches the sides as well. And it just has a real nice theme, especially on this skyscraper grey car. The gloss black works really, really well. So to the side of the car, we have the protection pack from AC Schnitzer. Now the cars come factory with this gloss black sort of side skirt from factory, and as you can see, the Maxton one sits underneath it. But they are prone for getting scratched, getting hit when people are walking in them, getting shoes scuffed, and of course they are typical black plastic from BMW, so they do mar up and scratch quite quickly. AC Schnitzer do a protection pack, as you can see. It's a foil that goes on top, just gives the car a bit more depth, and being in a satin, it works really well rather than replacing it with gloss black. And of course that leads then to the boot as well. On the Tourings, people use these as dailies. They have dogs, shopping, family, kids, etc. And we do the bumper protection strip. We don't do it on number cars, but on the Tourings it's massively popular, and it helps give that bumper just a bit more of a dynamic look. So spoilers on these, from factory has this little sort of add-on spoiler, just a black plastic plinth, which looks okay, it isn't too bad, but we take it off and replace it with the AC Schnitzer one. As you can see, it's a lot more sort of bulbous, a bit more aggressive. It has the sort of double drop down, which M cars are quite famous for having the twin channel on the roof. Being the Touring, you don't have it, but it gives it that sort of look. When you see the car from behind, changes the silhouette, so it's a bit of a plus. We have these painted in gloss black, obviously to match the roof, but some of the cars now in individual colours are coming through with colour-coded roofs. As you've seen on a previous vlog a couple of weeks ago, we had a tanzanite blue one in, and we painted the spoiler to match the tanzanite blue. It's a real nice add-on, yet again, just changes the look of the car from behind. If you ever see them from behind, they're quite wide and they go quite narrow at the top, so this certainly helps that. So air filters, really popular in this car. We do drop-in panel filters from Pipercross and K&N. They both help the car breathe better, but if you really want some sound and performance from it, MST, Ram Air, and of course the Dyne and Carbon intake are all on the shelf, and they're really good. These cars breathe very heavily, so when you fit the intakes in, you get a lot of turbo intake noise, a lot of wastegate, which actually gives a car a bit more drama. From factory, these are a little bit dull on the outside, so you get a bit more turbo intake, and of course more sound, and let's go look at the Remus for that part. So we do a number of different exhausts for these. Most popular is the Remus Race, but we do the AC Schnitzer system with the carbon tailpipe, Remus Sport, or the Remus Race. This car is currently the Remus Race OPF back. You'll only ever see what we offer as a GPF OPF back, so no need for mapping, no need for delete plugs, no lights on the dashboard, it's a plug and play system. So from about where I'm standing, so from about the driver's seat backwards, will be completely Remus back, so it takes out the middle box. We class that as the OPF back with the race rear box. You can just run the rear box, which is axle back, which is about the rear wheel backwards. Now, this car is actually owned by Mr. Remus, so it has one of their titanium systems on with the one of 31 systems, which was launched for their celebration year. This has the titanium tailpipe. Shortly in a minute, we will get this outside to get some revs clips. But like I said, this is Remus Race OPF back. So last few points now which we think needs doing, the ride height. These sit really high from factory at the front. Now, this car behind me is actually on the IBAC 20mm front springs, and it looks factory. That's how the car should look from factory. Like I said, we don't touch the rear. You can drop the rear. They'd offer a spring kit which drops about 5mm, but the most popular setup we do by far is just the fronts. Now on the right hand side of the car, the driver's side, you will see the car is running wheel spaces. There's a 10mm front and a 12mm rear. You can go more aggressive, but for the factory wheels with this drop, it looks really perfect. Now of course this side, something a bit special. We should be shouting about this a bit more often. This is a 19 and 20 inch MW4 wheel. If you don't know about that, it's our forged wheel, and it comes direct as a tyre swap out, so you can keep the original tyres. So 9.5 19 front, 10.5 rear, and you get that nice concave finish. We do 4 styles of paint: satin black, gloss, silver, and the Porsche neodyme gold. Now this car, this side has, like I say, the 19 inch in satin front and the 20 inch rear. And the very last point, let's get it outside, because we're going to treat you and fit the Porsche neodyme gold 20 inch and 21 inch to the other side. You have to let us know what you think. Standard wheels, the tyre swap out, or upgraded. Thanks a lot.